Travis Miller, also known as Little Ugly Mane, is one of my favorite artists living today. Something about his evocative, dreary music has caught my attention for years, with his cryptic personality and multiple aliases only adding to the intrigue and mystique surrounding his character. About a year ago, Little Ugly Mane released a project that sounds nearly unrecognizable to his other projects. While his other releases could be defined as experimental, southern hip-hop, or noise music, Volcanic Bird Enemy and The Voice Concern is a refreshing take on indie rock and one of the best albums to come out of last year. That is why when I heard that there would be a board game based on the album, you know I had to cop it instantly. Anyways, on to the review. When you open up the box, you get 2 miniature figures, a bag containing 5 different dice, and 2 balloons. Underneath that is 2 health bars, a sheet of items, a rulebook, and a game board doubling as a poster. There's a lot of rules to this game, and while I tried to follow them as closely as possible, they were a bit complicated to say the least. However, the rulebook does say anytime you're reading rules for anything, you're just reading something somebody else made up, so go for it. But I want to experience this game as the creator intended, so like I said, I read the fine print. Even the page about cooking popcorn in your hat. One player plays as Dennis, the titular Volcanic Bird Enemy, while the other plays as Officer Beatrice Euphonium Snell. Dennis's primary objective is to collect keys which unlock memories, while Officer Beatrice must kill him before he unlocks everything. The item counters are placed face down at random. The book said to take turns, but we found it easier to just cut them up and scatter them across the board. I guess if I could remember where some of them were, I would have a better strategy, but there's so many of these things and I didn't really know what they did in the first place. Each player starts from separate sides of the board, then blows up their monotream windbag replica to release air, determining who goes first. Whoever has the longest platypus laughter starts the game. Each character has slightly different movement patterns, with Dennis always having 12 steps and Officer Beatrice moving as many times as you roll on a d6. Dennis can pick up items as a part of his 12 actions, while the officer picks up the items in his vicinity once his movement phase concludes. These items could be food, weapons, ammunition, enemies, other miscellaneous items, and the 6 keys and memory portals. Most of the items do different things to each of the characters and it would take way too long to explain it all, so just consult the rulebook or pause the video if you want to read everything. After the movement/exploration phases, Dennis enters the eating phase while the officer enters a combat phase. The enemy counters have no effect on Dennis, but the officer has to roll a d10 and have a greater number than the enemy's level in order to defeat it. After this, the officer has the option to hunt Dennis if he is close enough. Within 3 spaces you can attack him once with your default knife, and within 6 you can shoot him with a gun or throw a grenade, but you must find the proper weapons or ammunition and roll the dice to determine if you hit him and how much damage you've dealt. You gotta roll a 5 or 6 on a d6 to even shoot him, so I found that the knife is a much more effective weapon. Also, Dennis can use flying counters to dodge your shot, rendering the ranged weapons practically useless. At the end of each player's turn, you roll the blank duck cube, which is more of a symbolic gesture of telling the other player that it is now their turn. Rinse and repeat until Dennis runs out of health or unlocks all of his memories. Overall, I like this game, even though I had to go back to the rulebook pretty much every turn. I feel like on a second playthrough I might have a better time now that I have a better understanding of the rules. Its complexity definitely adds to its charm and makes this game particularly memorable. I think it's so cool how far merch has evolved, seeing all the different avenues artists have taken in order to commodify their vision. A board game based on an album was definitely a first for me, although I guess it's been attempted before. Either way, as a fan of Little Ugly Mane's work, I enjoyed this game thoroughly, and would recommend it if you were a big fan as well.
The work is never done. I'm never having fun. The work is never done.